Hello, welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. Today we're going to do a card reading, and you can choose from 1 to 3, and the timestamps are listed below. Hello to those of you who chose this little blue crystal here in group 1, and just keep in mind it is raining today, so you might hear a little bit of that in the background. Alright, let's go ahead and set these two cards off to the side and get into your tarot cards. Alright, you have the elixir, the page, you have the 10 of rods, and the 9 of elixirs. So these are going to be cups. And then clarifying this is the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Hermit card. Alright, already in your reading, I'm seeing that you've been dealing with quite a bit of emotions, and these are good emotions. These are very positive. There's a lot of good energy coming towards you. You have recently made a wish of something. I feel this wish is coming true. The universe is offering you a hand at something that is new, and there is a chance to take all these emotions and balance them out. Do some internal work. So you may have been in a period of time where you have had to go within. And this mantis right here is showing me there is a strength developing in you. You cannot be easily swayed by those that are trying to take your energy away. I feel this is a new form of energy that you are building up. There may have been some burden of energy in the past. You may have been taking on a lot for yourself, and through this process you have leveled up and been able to gain a really emotionally balanced energy. So this is beautiful. In the Page of Cups here, I see that you have seen a new zest for life. You are a very creative soul. You are someone who is possibly a content creator. You are someone who is, has this spark in you where you can see things from perspective angles. You could see the potential in things. Then I also see this 9 and 9, that you are coming to the end of something, and with this 10 as well. No longer will you have to worry about these burdens that are weighing heavy on your heart, weighing heavy on your body. You might even be in a state where you're willing to let things go and let things be the way that they are, because although that you are in control of the situation, you're not going to burden yourself to the point of burnout. And then in the Ace of Cups here with this bird here, I see that you're soaring to new heights. You're able to look and pinpoint down, and this bird particularly, he is a kingfisher. He is the one who dives down, and he's able to catch fish in the water and swim out. So I feel like you can take really big emotional deep dives and come out clean on the other side. Some people aren't able to deal with emotions as good as you. There are some messages coming through as well. You may have a child in your life, or this might just be an energy that you're receiving, and you'll be able to know about this new beginning or this new energy coming soon. I also feel that there is an energy of you possibly meeting a person who is younger than you, or you are this older person, or they are older, and there is an offer of love on the table. Maybe this person is willing to also come forward and take some of this burden off of your hands so that you don't have to do it all on your own. All right, let's go ahead and look at your plant here. You have aloe with resourcefulness, and you have the moon card of the door, number 16. That has Libra energy in it. We have the sign of Mercury here and Uranus. So in these two cards, there is a restorative energy that is happening here, whether or not you are physically burdened by something, mentally, spiritually, there is something coming along to refresh you. And I also see this as refreshing your gut, your water systems. If you drink aloe juice to balance out your pH, this could be very beneficial if you have any internal issues. course, I'm not a doctor, so please take the advice of your nutritionalist or your doctor, but for a small scale of some irritants in your stomach or maybe some stressful situations, this can help you alleviate some of the pH might be out of balance. Then this number 16 is showing me that there is a way out somewhere. You may have been trapped in the situation that you're in because there was a deep time of introspection. This is showing me that you should be able to maybe go outside, see the spring that's coming your way, depending on what part of the world that you live in. This may be developing for you, and this may be a time to go outside and see things in a different way, and this will help you balance things. This is also a card where relationships can be a little bit strenuous, and maybe there is a new offer coming in. There is this door that is open for you to walk out, and although you have been able to look out the window, maybe you are ready to take a few steps out and be a part of your environment. All right, your crystal cards here, these two crystals. The lapis lazuli with royalty, transformation, immortality, with Sagittarius and Venus. This says, regal in all forms, lapis lazuli is the most prized and sought after in ancient Egypt. When it was believed to have powers of immortality and the ability to expand the heart's capacity for love, lapis lazuli guides the soul and protects its journey from life to death. True wisdom comes from within, and lapis lazuli facilitates that by unearthing your core truths. This stone appears when you are ready for spiritual transformation and takes you to the depths of who you are, unveiling deeper awareness so that you can become the leader of your own life. Yes, I have that in my stone here. You also chose a blue stone here. So lots of communication coming your way here, I feel. And then your next stone here is the Angel Phantom Quartz, faith, healing, and renewal with Capricorn and Moon. So acting as a direct connection to the spiritual realm, Angel Phantom Quartz provides a profound relationship with your spiritual team. It aids in overcoming trauma, addressing your inner child wounds, healing repressed memories, and alleviating negative emotions that have been haunting you from the past. With this awareness, Angel Phantom Quartz allows you to release yourself from trapped memories to gain your own personal freedom. Empower yourself and write your own story. Despite whatever has happened to you in the past, you owe that to yourself. Okay, beautiful. So that goes very well with this story. I feel like there's a big empowerment coming in for you guys. Sometimes we can feel empowered when we're doing a lot of tasks and we have a lot of responsibilities, but then when it starts to weigh really heavy on us, we're like, do I really want this power? Can I give this power, delegate it out to someone else so that it can take a little bit of the tension off of me? And maybe you need to do this because these cards are really showing me that this communication is lightening up. I feel like you're getting into this different spiritual level. And this cup might also be extended to yourself before it comes from another person. So loving yourself as if this energy has already come towards you. All right, and your next card here is Stimulation Chili, number 18. All right, so we have Aries energy in this card. And that one I feel from this energy, I feel like whatever you have wished for or whatever has gone on in this period of introspection, you have gotten your fire back. You've gotten this stimulation energy back, and it's heating up. Like this is like the burn out. This is the finding an equal balance of the burn. And if you are a fire sign in any one of your major placements, I feel that this is one of the hardest energies to balance out, and it does take time to be able to do this. Just as the Temperance card shows us Sagittarius energy, it is very difficult to temper that energy right away. You know, we need to understand that when our fire is so intense within us, we can use that in, all kinds of arenas and ways. So if we can temper that down to a slow burn, we won't be able to take on so much of the burden in our lives. And pacing yourself, and with this Capricorn energy, I feel, pacing yourself to be able to last for the long haul, because, you could come out of the gate, like let's say in this scenario, I'm feeling entering into a new job and you want people to understand that you're a good worker. So you put 110% in, but that's not sustainable. So maybe pulling back a little bit and giving, 80%, 75%. And then over time, you're going to be able to withstand rather than burn yourself out in this job or relationship even. Okay, and then your tree here is the I can't pronounce that. The yew. It's the yew tree, number 20. The keywords in this card is death and rebirth, legacy, ancestors, transition, transformation, transmutation, reincarnation, endings, and beginnings. All right, so it says when you get this card in a reading, expect some sort of ending. What are you done with? It says, what have you completed? So there is some completion. And sometimes also I feel with completions and endings, they're very much linked to the new beginning. So you're being shown here the ending and the beginning at the very same time. And that's beautiful because, sometimes it feels like, oh, well, this is ending and you don't really know what's next. But what's next usually shows up right there. And also I'm feeling like with projects, especially for myself, there is this energy of a grieving process, if you will, when you finish a project. Even though you have this elated sense to you where you feel happy about the project ending and you've taken on and you're like ready to let it go because it's like, okay, this has lasted for a really long time, I just want this to be done. And sometimes we do go through this process of grieving that energy has left our life now. Even if it's a physical project and you can see the product of your labor, you still have this lingering sense that how your energy will dip down afterwards because you're at this heightened peak when you're in the creation mode. And then after you're done, it kind of dips down and you're like, okay, what's next? But what's next, there's this liminal space where, like, this tree offers this energy where you can pass peacefully in between these two realms. And as this transformation is taking processed, this is a time where you can really feel and balance out those emotions. And that is so key for taking on the next thing in life. All right, and then we have Mend a Broken Heart Fairy, so healing from heartache. Oh, number 36. So I am so sorry if you have had your heart broken. That is terrible to hear. I don't look at these cards before I see them, so I just kind of got hit with this. But I didn't really take into a consideration that if there is a relationship ending, there might be something new on the way here. So yes, we always talk about not wanting to have someone as a rebound, of course, in a situation, but this is a time for healing. So you go through the ending process, you grieve the ending process, and then you're ready to, heal yourself more and see it from a different perspective. Also taking in all the things that were really hard to understand in the relationship and taking stock of those things so that you can better assess your situations for the next time, and not really taking that energy completely with us, but taking the lessons, and using them in a positive way. That's what the transformation is all about, taking those negatives and turning them into positives. Okay, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this space, and if you'd like to come back and see me again, I would love that. All right, bye-bye. Hello to those of you who chose group 2 with this Hematite Crystal. Go ahead and set this up here. And let's put these off to the side and we'll get into your tarot cards first. So your first tarot card out is the 9 of Blades. Second is the Six of Rods and the Knight of Blades. Clarifying this, you have the Hangman, the Ten of Swords, and the Empress. Really, really nice energy ending out with a difficult situation that we've obviously been through, a lot of mental strife. And there is someone coming towards you, or this energy is moving in a pace that is quite quick. So this Empress below this is telling me to don't forget to stop and smell the flowers. This peaceful cow in this field is showing you she has everything she needs. She's in this lush environment and she's feeling like taking a rest is just fine. I also feel if there are any children that you have around you, or if you are thinking about having children, resting your body is very, very key for this. I see that there is some letdown. There have been some things that this card isn't the best, and we're feeling a little bit down. But this is kind of good news because we're at the end. We're at the total end of this, and this may have had some sleepless nights attached to it, maybe some bad dreams. But this was also a chance for you to see something from another perspective. Do some dream journaling. I see also, and if you've had any strange energy that has to do with past lives, take those into account. Write those down. How did that burden you? How did those ends come to an end, and why do you think that is? Just kind of getting into a little bit of the what ifs on these dreams and really taking a deep dive. And also consider the emotions that you felt in those dreams, because that's going to really help you clear up a lot of this mental space here. But in the Six of Rods, it shows that you are going to be victorious in these different leveling up in your life, okay? The Hangman and the Empress are showing me that there is a lot to gain in this situation. You may even see this as, I've gone through a lot. I've had a lot of mental anxiety over this, and I am done with this. And whoever has said what to you, if this person has said some unkind things that is in your life, just know that you're coming out the winner in this situation, okay? They're not going to win. And although, yes, we'd like to have full compassion for everyone involved, but sometimes we like to know that we can celebrate our own wins in a situation. I mean, would you like to be happy, or would you like to be right, is a statement I often tell myself. And usually that ends in, I would like to be happy. So even though, being right has its own rewards, but in this situation, I feel like that is not really the case, because sometimes being right can harbor a lot of mental anxiety. So I would say, take things a little easy, take a break. You've already gone through the worst of it, and now it's time to move swiftly into the next chapter. You may have been held up for a while and not been able to provide that much energy for yourself. I feel that there's an energy drain. But in this, like this ant here, this ant provides like a certain syrupy liquid to provide sustenance for other ants. It hangs upside down and its abdomen drips with this honey stuff, and it's able to give energy and provide for others, just as this empress is going to be able to provide for everyone around her. I don't really like to liken it to a cow being eaten. I'm a vegan myself, but the energy of her giving back to the land, of her cutting the grass and then depositing her manure, and that there's that whole cycle, right? And there's like this microbiotic thing that is happening that is very beneficial to the land around her. This wouldn't all be green if maybe she wasn't a character in this. All right, let's go ahead and look at your herbal healing card here. You have the Rose with Open Heart, and then your moon card is Last Quarter Waning Air Moon in Fall, number 6 with Challenge. Okay, yes, you have, like we had said, you have faced some challenges, and this card is showing me it was all for the perspective of you to be able to open that heart and see the many levels and layers like these petals that are all opening to show you all the facets of yourself. And sometimes those things aren't very good to look at, but it does promise a victory here. So whatever you've gone through, just know that you are, this card with the yellow is connecting, the challenge equals the reward, equals the benefit. And yes, as energy flows, it dips down and it goes back up. But I see in this next chapter, your energy is going to be up on a plateau for quite a while, especially if you take into consideration opening up that heart chakra and using crystals like this one that I have here, the rose quartz. I feel this could also be really helpful to you. This really helps with compassion with others, and maybe even meditating in this pink energy. Right. Your crystal cards here are these two. They're got a circle here and an egg shape. So this is the moonstone. You have nurturing, divine feminine, intuitive. I have this one too. That's interesting because in the last reading it was this one. So we have drawing power from the divine feminine. Moonstone connects you to goddess energy. Activating your intuition, Moonstone can boost clairvoyant gifts and metaphysical powers, asking that you trust in the unknown, beyond what you can see in this realm. The reflective nature of the crystal is much like the moon phases themselves, a cycle of change from new beginnings to full release. Moonstone balances masculine energy with feminine touch, teaching the art of receptivity and serendipity. It is especially potent during the waxing moon. Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, moon. And that's interesting, yeah, with this one I was feeling like this, we have some like masculine energy, and then these main cards have this feminine flowiness to them, this release of control, and this one being in control but in this state of release and receptivity. So this is also showing me that within this balance that you're creating, you're taking in more of your divine feminine, and that's so beautiful because that's going to allow you to receive more in your life. Okay, then you have lepidolite. Transition, release, and change. Change is coming, and lepidolite is the perfect crystal to help you with those transitions. By becoming aware of bad habits and patterns, we can release them to make room for new ones that sustain a healthy lifestyle. Lepidolite helps us to let go of attachments to the old behaviors and addictions, clearing away emotional ties to the stories we tell ourselves. Lepidolite encourages self-love on all levels, even if we need to step away from our current way of doing things to establish the trust. Write the story you want to live. Libra, Jupiter, Neptune. Now we have Neptune energy in this card here. So like I had said before, with the Jupiter energy here, we are getting to a space where we are receiving. Let's look at this one. We have Wisdom with Bay Leaf, number 22, and this has Leo energy. All right, so out of this, it's in the nature of this comes wisdom, right? We go through challenges in life, and then we can level up and really learn something from these things that we become successful at. And then taking it on to our next level of energy where we can balance this out. I feel this 22 also as you mastering something. Okay, and then this tree here, which we're going to read out of the book, we have the willow with number 4. And I have a special connection to willow. I really love that. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved how the branches are so flowy, and also this plant, it gives life to a lot of things around it. It can be even used as a root hormone to help other plants establish roots so you can make clones of them. All right, so the keywords here, a feminine principle. So cooperation, fertility, intuition, the moon, her cycles, water and motion, creativity, and community. Okay, and with this in the Empress, if it is all likely that you are someone who is wanting to have a child, really concentrate on the energy of the willow being that restorative energy. You know, maybe even sitting by one if you have the opportunity. And it says in a reading, when you draw this card, you can expect a meeting with the mysteries, the power of enchantment, magic, and the moon. You can expect to have a psychic or intuitive encounter. Dreams and synchronicities are important. Pay attention to your own intuition. Meditation and contemplation time is important. Make some personal time for quiet reflection. Okay, this all goes so well together. So yeah, I mean, the dreams that you may have been having that might be keeping you up may lead to a deeper awareness of something that will, you know, lead you to the next level of success. So that's beautiful. And then you have this card here, number 30, the two little witches. Magical space clearing time. Oh, yes. Okay. So I'm being guided to say that if you are someone who would like to bring new life into your energy, clear the space, make room, act as if, you know, if you've had trouble in the past with pregnancy and you're trying to get pregnant, if you are, you know, of the childbearing age, you know, I would say that the first thing that you should do is make space for this baby. Do you have an extra room in your house that has clutter? Clear out that room. Make space. You don't have to set everything all up for a new baby, but taking the time to clear the clutter in the space and inviting it in just by energy means is going to lead you to that, you know, a lot quicker. And then also, there is this energy here that's showing me that it is a possibility that if, you know, you have twins that run in your family, you could possibly have twins. That's not for everyone, just a specific person. So that is all that I have for you today in this reading. Thank you so much for joining me in this space. And if you feel so called, come and see me again. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose this crystal in group number 3. Welcome. So we're going to go ahead and put these cards off to the side and get started with your tarot cards. So your first card out is the Six of Blades. Second card is the Seven of Rods and the King of Cups, clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Death card, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so we are due for a new beginning. That is the first thing that I heard. I feel like all these groups are kind of coming out of an old cycle, going into another one. So in this cycle, you have the power to stand up for yourself. You have the energy, you have the justice, the right. And in this, I feel like if you have to go at this on your own, you have the strength, you've worked for this, you can do this. And in that, it's reminding you to stay emotionally balanced, being a calm, assertive leader, not someone who charges in, okay? Someone who does this subtly. And then in the Death card with the Seven of Rods here, oh, we have it twice. Okay. Yeah, so that message doubles. So if there is something that you need to stand up for as far as this new beginning is concerned, not everyone is going to maybe like what you are doing. And I would say, you know, although taking into consideration some of the wise advice from the people that love you, we need to go at this on our own. This is really showing me that standing up for yourself with an emotional balance to the situation and meditating through this, looking off to the side, not really letting those naysayers come at you with their energy, you know, just standing up for yourself, because you're the only one that is going to be with your energy at the end of the day, okay? Although if you have a partner near you, I get that, but ultimately you need to make the right decision for yourself, because you're the one that has to live with that, okay? And then in the Five of Blades here, you maybe had to walk away from some of these individuals because it just wasn't serving either side. And also, it just felt like a battle that no one was winning. And so in that, this comes a lot of change. You know, you're going to have to deal with a lot of change, and this card is very signature to that. You know, although the roughness of this card is showing me there are a lot of parts of the ending process that we don't like to look at. They're not the prettiest. And most people don't like the vulture, but the vulture is a very, you know, meaningful animal. It takes on, we kind of scuff, and like it's kind of not the best looking animal, but it takes on the burdens and it cleans up things that other creatures and animals aren't going to do such an efficient job with, other than the bugs that come later to take all the little pieces away. But this bird is really going to cleanse the earth. It's a cleanser. So in this, I feel that there is some energy that if you're going and you're transforming into a new energy, or you're moving, or you're doing something like this, okay, I feel that there is a lot of clearing away space. And depending on what time you're hearing this message, you know, that might be the time of year to clear out some space within your house to make room for your energy, whatever you may come your way, okay? And then also, the king is telling me here, do not be anybody's fool, okay? You've worked hard for what you have, and you deserve to have the fruits of that. So although you want to be a very helpful and caring, loving individual, please do not take anything on that is going to be something that you're going to regret later, because someone could take advantage of your kindness, you know, if you let them. You know, I'm also hearing the saying, givers need to have boundaries because takers have none. Okay, that's one thing. All right, your next cards here, your herbal healing message is going to be the Violet with introspection. Okay, so yes, there is some introspection. I did mention something about meditation within these two Seven of Wands. So this introspection, I'm seeing this skunk here as being a creature that is mostly alone, I feel, except for during mating season. And it can be in a place where it can get, you know, its own energy sleeping out in a field all by itself, because no one's going to really bother this animal. Because, you know, what could happen to them if they did bother this animal? You're going to get the stink. And that's what I feel with you. No one can really mess with you. No one can say anything to really throw you off your energy, because if they do, that will be a sting for them. And I'm seeing this as Scorpio energy as well. So if you have Scorpio placements within any of your important houses, I feel that, you know, take this energy, like I had said before, in a calm, assertive way, because you do have the ability to sting. And that stinger is only reserved for very few situations. And then your moon card here is the Crescent with waxing air moon, shoots, ideas, number 1. So idea. There may be an idea that you have coming into this new beginning, you know, letting go of this energy of the past and making room and space for the new and the transformation that is happening within you. You're getting new shoots of inspiration. This is beautiful. All right, and your crystal cards are going to be these two crystals here. We'll go ahead and read this one. So this is blue spinel, persistence, fresh perspective, and revival. Revival to keep alive. Blue spinel brings new energy to stagnant parts of your life, from inside your body to the world outside. The name of this stone comes from the Latin word spine. The blue spinel will give you a strong backbone, a sense of self, and a reason to stand tall despite any challenges you may face. This is a great crystal for workaholics, as it eases stress and anxiety and instills a renewed sense of resolution. You can make it in the end if you put your mind to it. Blue spinel provides that fresh perspective to reset and rejuice. Gemini and Pluto. And then we have the Kunzite with love, femininity, transition. As it breaks down barriers surrounding the heart, Kunzite offers unconditional love to heal lingering wounds. Kunzite helps you feel safe while being vulnerable, allowing you to express your love authentically and expansively. A highly vibrational stone, Kunzite protection can be used as an energetic shield that surrounds your aura and protects it against emotional vampires and negative influences. We're already speaking on that. This stone aids in feminine rite of passage from puberty to becoming a woman. To becoming a mother. Kunzite supports loving your body no matter what phase of life you are in. Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. Venus and Pluto. So we have 2 Pluto energies. So heavy Scorpio energy here. Lots of transformation. Love to see it. Beautiful. All right. And your next card out here is going to be Focus, number 35 with Stock. Okay. We have the Sagittarius symbol here. I'm feeling this feminine energy is going to give you a lot of intuitive power here. The 8 is showing me there is a different level that you are getting to. This is beautiful. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. These ideas are made for no one but you, okay? Sharing these ideas may also just taint your energy, I feel. I find that sometimes keeping my thoughts to myself about my creative projects or new places I would like to go or transform or big decisions I want to do, in its infancy stage, I don't like to share my information with anybody because it just makes it so it almost doesn't even happen. You know, it kind of has a premature energy to it. So yeah, stay focused on yourself and what you would like to create in your life. And your next card out is going to be the More the Sea 25. Wow. This one isn't an actual tree I see on this, but we're going to look at this from the book. So this is, yeah, definitely more associated with the water aspect and, again, this feminine energy that's coming through. So this is linked to the maternal energy, and it has a yearning for travel and the element of water. So have ancestors nearby. So the keywords here are journey or pilgrimage, maternal ancestors, and original homelands, ocean, water, mother and female lineages, the mysteries, emotions, and healing. Oh, beautiful. And that's probably why the King of Cups has showed up here, because just other than the fact that the feminine aspect needs to sometimes balance out those emotions and take them on in a preserving way at times. And with this other energies that we have here in this card, in this transitional period that you're going through, it's really a good time to safeguard your deep emotions. You know, don't share them with everybody. You know, if you want to go have a good cry to yourself and think about your ancestors and who's coming towards you in that energy. You know, I feel like a maternal grandmother or someone is, or great grandmother is coming through here, saying to safeguard your feminine energy. You know, it is very powerful and it will lead you in the direction that you need to go toward this new beginning. You'll be getting ideas, doing some meditation and thinking about this, okay? And then your last card out here is going to be number 17, Strangely Lonely, Holding On Way Too Tight. Okay, yes, the Death card and the Scorpio energy in this, and the Taurus, there is some stubborn energy within you that is very hard to let go. And you may have want to fight for the situation, fight for something, and made, you know, you realize that this fight was kind of in vain on both sides. You know, no, there was no real winner in this fight. So holding on to things, I feel, is not going to be beneficial for you. And that 17 is really showing me that number 8 here as well. So you're getting to this new level. And also the star card that's coming through with that 17, it's time to strip yourself of the things that are no longer attached to you. If they're not about your energy, and it's lingering energy from someone else, let's really reevaluate that and say to ourselves, is this emotion coming from me, or is this from someone else? You know, really thinking hard about that, because sometimes we can be in quite a mood and think, I wasn't really feeling like this. Why all of a sudden have I got this deep emotion? I mean, I also feel this as ancestral wounds here. There may be some clearing that we need to do to release. Oh, and as I say that, outside my window, there's a female cardinal. Oh, she's so pretty. She's got this orange-red little tuft on the top of her head. Man, she really just came in like that, didn't she? Oh, wow. And the orange, this bright orange on her beak, is really showing me that through that sacral chakra healing from that maternal zone, you will be able to create the nest of your future. Very nice. Very, very nice. So don't hold on too tightly. I know it's really beneficial sometimes to be the one, the strong one, that comes out saying, hey, I withstand through all these things that have happened in my life, and I stood tall. But sometimes there is power in release. You know, saying, not my circus, not my monkeys, is another common thing I like to say. So if it's not really yours, you know, not a battle that you should fight, then, you know, just kindly bow out and have something else that you have going on, you know. So that is all I have for you today in this energy reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you feel so called to join me again, I would love that. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.